Patrick Henningsen is the executive editor of 21stCenturyWire.com. Joins me on the line now. Welcome, Patrick. What do you make of the US continuing to give aid to what many people would describe as being a controversial group, the White Helmets?
I think you have to look at this from a political point of view, because they're so deeply invested already in this so-called search and rescue group over the years since 2013. The United States is deeply invested into it. The British government's deeply invested into it. The Dutch government are invested into it. A lot of NATO member states are, including Turkey, who's been hosting their base of operations in Gaziantep since they came onto the scene in 2013. So they have to protect their investment. And it's not just a financial investment. It's not just a military investment, because the White Helmets were, according to all the evidence, including to evidence that I have seen firsthand myself in East Aleppo, sharing facilities with Jabhat al-Nusra, sharing membership with terrorist groups like Al-Nusra Front, for instance, or HTS. So there's a reputation issue now with the West. They have to double down. They have to continue to support this group. They have to finance these people who are on junket tours around the West, who are getting photo opportunities with Bernie Sanders, with Adam Schiff. So there's image laundering going on. And this guarantees, including this White House with Donald Trump, now that they're invested and they've thrown money into the White Helmets pot now after it's been proven of their terrorist links. Now Trump has bought the silence of the Trump administration. So this scam, this is a monumental con. That the likes of which the world has never seen before, and everybody who's bought into it is married to it for life. Otherwise, the blowback politically will be tremendous. So they can't say anything bad about the White Helmets going forward.
Do, Patrick, the White Helmets have a political agenda of their own? If so, whose interests do they serve?
Well, if you look at all you have to do is look at the White Helmets membership. They're exclusively opposition, rebel, stroke terrorist, exclusively male, Sunni. Okay, they claim to have rescued religious and ethnic minorities, which there's no proof of that, nor is there any proof that they have rescued 112,000 civilians. There's no paperwork, there's no names, there's no testimonials, there's no accident reports for a group that's raked in around $200 million at least. Since 2013, you'd expect, basic practices for a so-called search and rescue group. But the political agenda is twofold. They're at a crisis point right now. Idlib is the last area in Syria that the White Helmets can operate on, because politically they are aligned strictly and exclusively with the Islamist, extremist, rebel, militant terrorist groups. There's no doubt about that. They're not welcome anywhere, as your report already mentioned, in Syria. So politically, they're aligned this way. And the U.S. has not completely given up on this second Islamic state in Idlib. Neither has Turkey. And a lot of the efforts of Turkey, of the U.S., have been designed to stall the eventual liberation of Idlib, the Idlib province. This is the last holdout, really, of the this rebel army that the U.S. and its allies have spent billions of dollars in the Gulf states, billions of dollars invested in this, what is now a terrorist army. Before it was regarded as a rebel army, but that joke is long since past. So they're deeply invested politically, financially, and the White Helmets performed so many useful tasks for this effort over the years, from PR to propaganda to terrorist recruitment. Those images beamed across the Western media for all these years were a boon for recruitment of extremists, especially from European countries and from North America, because that's all that was on TV for 5 straight years, is the evil Assad was bombing babies and the White Helmets were saving them, and they were all clearly aligned with the sort of Islamist factions in Syria over these years. So it's quite an intricate web that has been woven since 2013.
Okay, I've been speaking to Patrick Henningsen, who's the executive editor of 21stCenturyWire.com. Good to speak to you, Patrick.